thank God you finally picked up. For a while there, it seemed like you were never going to. Damn it, I didn't believe I didn't even say hello to you. I already sounded like a jerk. I swear, this isn't how I usually start conversations. It's just I've been trying to reach you about something important. The longer I stayed on the line, the more anxious I got. Then, when you answered, I blurted out the first thing that came to mind. I know it's not an excuse for jumping down your throat like that. I'm sorry. That's true. I could have texted. Most people would have if they were in this situation. To be honest, I'm more of a caller. Well, if being a caller is old-fashioned, then I guess that's what I am. No, it's okay. You can laugh. I get teased about it all the time, so I'm kind of used to it at this point. No. I agree with you. Texting is super convenient. And like any normal human, I do it too. But I prefer the back and forth of verbal conversation. At least that way I don't have to read between the lines. When I'm reading a text, I never know how to interpret a person's tone unless they end their sentence with an emoji or a haha or a lol. Then I have no idea what they mean. I'm already an overthinker, so adding that extra layer of doubt just makes it worse. See? Now you're starting to get it. Yes, and in addition to being a caller, I'm also a rambler. I could go on and on about any topic, no matter how obscure it is. It's not something I'm proud of. But you know the saying, old habits die hard. Thankfully, most people don't seem to mind it that much. You find my rambling endearing. Thank you. No one has ever said that to me before. So it's kind of nice to hear. As much as I'd like to continue rambling, I should probably get back to why I called you in the first place. Right, I forgot. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm really screwing this up, aren't I? Well, I'm glad you don't think so. Well, here goes. My name is Malcolm. We were on the same flight together. You know, the one coming from Naples? Yeah, that's the reason why I'm calling you. Apparently, you and I have identical looking suitcases. When I was at the baggage claim, I thought I had reached for mine. But it was yours that I grabbed by mistake. Unfortunately, I didn't notice until I got home. Yeah, I took a closer look at it, and that's when I found your information on the luggage tag. Since I have your suitcase, I think you might have mine. Just to be on the safe side, could you please check the tag? Thank you. Oh, thank goodness you have it. I really wasn't looking forward to hauling my ass to the airport to search for the damn thing. Yeah, that's definitely not how I wanted to spend the rest of my night. Now that we're certain that we have each other's suitcases, the next step would be to meet to switch them back. Does that sound okay? Perfect. We could meet somewhere in the middle. Well, how would you feel if we went to a coffee shop? I mean, It's been a long day, and I am in desperate need of some coffee. Yeah? You'd like to? Great. As for coffee shops, I recommend the one on 32nd Street. It's called Espresso d'Amore. It's centrally located, so we should be both make it there without any issue. Huh, you've been there before. Small world. Most people have no idea what I'm talking about when I mention it. I mean, I know it's not Starbucks, but it should be given a fair chance. Exactly. I've never been a fan of the mainstream things either. If something is considered indie or if it can only be found locally, then I'm all for it. Although I have to admit, that place eats up way too much of my paycheck. If I'm not spending my money on coffee, then I'm buying pastries from their menu. You too, huh? I don't blame you the slightest. Everything they serve is addicting. It's a problem, not gonna lie. You may be a regular, but I doubt that you go there as often as I do. Um, I'm there every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. No way. You're messing with me. Oh, come on. I'm supposed to believe that you're also there 3 days a week? I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who does that. Either people visit every day or they occasionally drop by. It's rare when someone has a schedule that's between those options. Okay, this is either a coincidence or you're an agent who's been keeping tabs on me. Please, I have nothing to hide. Oh, yeah? I'd like to see you try weasel information out of me. You have your ways, huh? Now you've got me intrigued. Seriously, though, it's wild that we have a similar schedule. Which days are yours? Huh. Considering that we have alternating days, it's no wonder that we've never run into each other before. You're right, we're not gonna miss each other today, that's for sure. Speaking of which, I am about to head out. I'll see you soon. Hi. I take it you're the one who I've been talking to? It wasn't that hard to figure out. Well, first, you look a bit familiar. I remember seeing you briefly inside the airport. And second, the item you have with you is a dead giveaway. It's not every day that you see someone in an establishment like this wheeling around a suitcase that exactly matches yours. Jesus, right down to the brand and the color of the tag. Yeah, clearly we have the same taste in luggage and coffee shops. There are worse things to have in common, I suppose. um, yeah, it's nice to formally meet you. And again, I'm really sorry about earlier. Well, regardless, I still appreciate your kindness and patience. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to stare. No, it's nothing, I promise. You're going to make me say it, aren't you? Alright, fine. Ever since I glanced at you at the baggage claim, I haven't been able to look away. You're very attractive. Ah, Jesus. That was embarrassing. That was bad. Could we just move on from this horrible attempt at flirting? Come on, please. Great, now you're laughing. That really doesn't help my ego at all. Stop it. When you say things like that, of course I'm gonna blush. I am reacting this way because no one has ever complimented me like you just did. I mean, past partners have, but outside of them, I don't think so. I get appreciative glances every now and then from random people, but that's about it. Huh. Thank you. I'm glad that you find me easy on the eyes. You know, you're kind of disarming. I tend to be a dork most of the time, but I'm normally not this bad. You seem to bring out this unbearable, awkward side of me. I'm not sure who's a stranger here. Me for being a complete dork, or for you having a thing for dorks. Yeah, I guess we're both a bit strange. Otherwise, we might not have ended up in this situation. Speaking of which, here's your suitcase. I didn't unzip it, so everything should be intact. No worries, no worries. Thank you for keeping mine safe. Before you go, I was kind of wondering if you'd like to have coffee with me. I mean, if you'd rather not, or if you have other plans, it's totally fine. I'd understand. It's just we're here already, right? It seems like a waste to swap our suitcases then move on. Plus, you're a very lovely and charming person, and I would like the opportunity to get to know you a little more, if you're comfortable with that. Huh. Based on the way you're smiling and nodding, may I assume that's a yes? Sweet. If you can find us a table, then I'll order our drinks. No. Don't worry about it. I got it. I'm sure. I mean, I am the one who invited you after all. It's my pleasure. What can I get you? A person after my own heart. The cappuccinos here are amazing. In fact, they almost rival the ones in Italy. I know, it's a blasphemous thing to say, but hey, it's the truth. Well, for me. I'm glad we're on the same page about that. If you don't mind, could you take my suitcase with you? I don't think I can wheel that thing around and handle 2 cups. Thank you. I'll come find you as soon as the drinks are ready. Here we go. 1 cappuccino for you and 1 macchiato for me. Cheers. Wow, you are already starting on the questions. There's no beating around the bush with you, is there? Don't worry about it. It's fine. To answer your question, it was a wedding that brought me to Italy, actually. A friend from college got married, and he wanted me to be there for his big day. I had some vacation days piled up at work, so yeah, I decided to use them. Yeah, best decision ever. I had never visited that country before, so I'm glad I finally got the chance to. Every place there that I saw was, Jesus, breathtaking. Yeah, of course I took photos. About half my camera roll is full, thanks to the trip. I flew in a week early, so most of my photos are from my little adventures. The rest are from the wedding itself. That's another good question. I spent most of my time in Sorrento, but I took day trips to a few surrounding areas. The wedding, however, was in a small coastal town called Amalfi. Yeah, most people have heard of the Amalfi Coast, but few know that there's an actual town there with that name. What's with that grin? You have a family in Amalfi. Okay, your smile makes sense now. Geez, I feel like an idiot for telling you about that town when you have family there. Gee, thanks. For someone so pleasant and easy to talk to, it's astonishing how good you are at wounding my ego. So your family was the reason why you were in Italy? Were you visiting them? I see, your grandfather's second marriage was to an Italian woman. She owns a lemon grove, which has grown into a huge business, even though she specializes in the production of limoncello. She also uses the lemons for other things, like jams and honeys. Every summer since you were 14, you traveled to Italy to help her with anything she needed. Huh, that seems like a cool experience. What's it like working there? Oh, I bet. I think I'd enjoy something like that. Especially if I'm surrounded by the citrusy aroma every day. I'm curious though. Do you get to sample any of the products, or do you have to keep it all for the tourists to purchase? That sounds awesome. You have to taste test everything before she sells it. Sounds amazing. Um, Actually, I wasn't a limoncello drinker before the trip. I had heard of it, but I never thought to try it. When I arrived in Sorrento, every restaurant had a complimentary shot of limoncello, so I always took one. Now I know how good it is. Luckily for me, my friend served limoncello at his wedding, and each guest got to take home a couple of bottles. They're in my suitcase. I'd rather not dig them out right now since they're carefully wrapped. Yeah, but you can see a photo. I took a photo of the bottles. Here, give me a second. Have you heard of this brand before? Why are you laughing? Huh. I cannot believe this is your grandmother's limoncello. What are the odds that Luca would serve this at his wedding? You're thinking, like you're trying to figure something out. Is everything alright? My friend's name is Luca. Luca Moretti. He was an international student at the university here in town. During our first year, we shared a class together and became fast friends. After we graduated, he moved back to Italy and met the person who's now his spouse. Your expression keeps shifting. You, you're fidgeting. You can't stop moving around in your seat. What's going on? You can't be serious. You and Luca are childhood friends. How? How is that even possible? Huh. You met Luca the first time you traveled to Italy. The two of you spent your summers hanging out in the lemon grove. You're the reason why he decided to study at our university. You had your sights set on that school for the longest time, so you told him about it. He was excited about the idea because he wanted to explore a place outside of his homeland. You agreed to both apply and you were accepted. You'd go together. If all of this is true, how come I never saw you around the university? Surely I would have if the two of you were supposedly inseparable. Oh, I did not realize that was the reason why. I'm sorry. That must have been difficult to navigate. Unrequited love usually is. No. Of course, I don't blame you. If he didn't return his feelings, then that's that. You can't force yourself to feel something for someone when you don't. And it wasn't like you led him on or dated him out of pity. Those options would have been far worse than what you did, which was to gently let him down. When it comes to situations like that, the best thing you can do is be honest. At least that way, both people can move forward instead of remaining stuck in a weird limbo. Yeah, exactly. The in-betweens is the worst place to be. So even though it can be painful to pick a side, sometimes you just kind of have to. Yeah, I can see how that experience would be painful for both of you. If you don't mind me asking, did your friendship dissolve when he confessed his feelings for you that summer? Okay. It wasn't permanently damaged, but things were very awkward after that. No wonder he never mentioned you. He probably didn't want me to know. Come to think of it, he didn't date anyone until our third year, until our fall finals that year. We decided to go to a massive party to blow off steam. That was the first time he actually looked at someone without anything resembling romantic interest. Funny enough, he found a lovely person that night, and they dated until graduation. He met his partner. That's surprising. I thought the two of you didn't really speak anymore. You patched things up with Luca during the final year of school. Yeah, that makes sense. Considering I saw a lot less of him then at the time. I didn't think much of it because I assumed he was with his partner. But I guess he also hung out with you. That's good that the two of you are on better terms now. I take it that's why he was allowed to serve your grandmother's limoncello at his wedding. Well, I, for one, am grateful that you worked things out. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to taste the limoncello. And what a shame that would have been. Let's face it, that liquor is to die for. Don't give me that look. You know it's true. As much as you enjoy it, you're good for a while. Why is that? You had a bit too much of it over the weekend. You were instructed by your grandmother to bring cases upon cases of it to the reception. But you had your own personal stash to drink from. Wait, what? You were at the wedding? No. It's not that I think you're making it up. It's just crazy that, once again, we happen to be in the same place at the same time. Why are you showing me your phone? Photographic evidence, you say? Alright, let's see what you've got. There you are with Luca, both holding glasses of the limoncello. Huh, it's a nice picture of you two. You both look really happy. No, I'm not laughing at you at all. I'm laughing because I was just reminded of something. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I'm not sure you'd want to hear it. Fine, if you insist. Have you ever heard of the story of the red thread of fate? Huh, I'll tell you about it. There are different variations of the story, but the main point of each one is that every person on Earth is connected to someone else through a red thread. On one end, the thread is attached to an individual's finger, and on the other is attached to the finger of the person they're destined to be with. It can take years for someone to find their other half, and during that time, the thread can stretch, tangle, and wither. But it's never broken. It's always there, making sure that both people can find each other, no matter what. Sure, you can think of it that way. People who are attracted by the thread are basically soulmates. This might sound insane because we literally just met, but I think maybe, just maybe, I was always meant to find you. If you think about it, we have all these things that tie us together. Over the years, we've had so many opportunities to meet. And yet, for some reason or another, we didn't until now. No, look, I'm not going to rush into this and say that you're my soulmate or anything. That would be way too intense right now, but maybe. I think that if we get to know each other more and see where things go, we could develop something that would be worth hanging on to. This is, of course, subject to your thoughts and feelings about it. If this is something you'd want to explore, then we can. If not, that's okay too. You do. You want to. Yeah, I can't explain it either. This feeling. It's a little unnerving, but in a good way, I promise. Yeah, it's It's almost like the thread keeps pulling us towards each other. Crazy, right? I know I said we should take things slow, but if you keep looking at me like that, with those shining eyes and that soft, alluring smile, then I don't think I can be held liable for what happens next. You want me to buy you dinner first, huh? Yeah, I think that can be arranged. Yes, we can absolutely go now. What did you have in mind? You are after my heart, aren't you? The place you just named happens to be my favorite bistro. Maybe the universe is trying to tell us something after all. That's true. If it weren't for this accidental luggage mix up, who knows how long it would have been. I'm glad that it happened too. I think dinner awaits us now. And luckily for us, the restaurant is just around the corner. So, shall we? Of course, you take my hand. Lead the way.